Yo, what is up guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another video here today. And in today's video, I will be going over the upset and Adam drama that has now occurred during the 2021 offseason. But if you are a Fnatic fan, 2021 was obviously not your best year. During the LEC 2021 Spring Split playoffs, they got knocked out by Schalke 04. Then, before the LEC 2021 Summer Split began, they chose to bring up Adam from the ERLs because they wanted to get a new top laner, and Bwipo actually role swapped to jungle. Then, they qualified for the LEC 2021 Summer Split playoffs, where they defeated teams such as Team Vitality, Misfits Gaming's, and their longtime rivals in G2 Esports. And then after defeating G2 Esports, they qualified for the 2021 League of Legends World Championship. Then they had to face Rogue and Mad Lions because even though they had qualified for the League of Legends 2021 World Championship, the split wasn't over. They literally clapped Rogue, destroyed them. Then they lost to Mad Lions in the LEC 2021 Summer Split Finals, and let's be honest here, no one even thought they would even make the finals, but they ended up losing to Mad Lions overall. Then, before they even played one game at the League of Legends 2021 World Championship, it was announced roughly a day before that Upset would be heading home because of a family emergency. Then, roughly about yesterday, all of this drama got brought up. Bwipo made his own Twitlonger, I think about like a week ago. And then you have just yesterday, Adam actually posting a Twitlonger about his season in Fnatic. And also you had Upset, posting his response actually. So, I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions after we go over the Twitlonger overall. That way we have the full context of both party situations. Now, I have my own assumptions, but don't take what I'm saying as fact because I'm literally not there. I wasn't there. But as you guys already know, I'm going to win Worlds one of these years. One of these years I'll win it. But when it comes to, mostly just European teams, there's always stories that come out, years later on, that they usually always, imploded on each other. H2K, Origin, older Fnatic rosters, G2 rosters. It's a consistent thing with European teams that they just kind of, implode on each other, Remember, last year, for the 2020 League of Legends World Championship, remember there was a rumor that fucking someone told Nemesis he wasn't gonna play for Fnatic in 2021? Who in their right fucking mind thought that was a good idea if that actually was true? And then I think he said that on one of his streams that someone told him that he wasn't gonna be playing for Fnatic in 2021. Who fucking tells people that? Holy shit. And I've seen so many people give their opinions on the situation. Some right, some wrong. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard to go over both these situations because I think when you look at how these things play out generally, you're with this team for a very, very long time if you've been a Fnatic fan, right? And Fnatic has gone through so many ups and downs throughout their time in League of Legends, obviously. But they are no stranger to drama, actually, because drama always seems to happen with them. Same thing with TSM as always, TSM and Fnatic and drama, name a more iconic duo, right? But overall, I think this time it's a little bit different because each party is in their own separate way of handling it. It's just more what can we really think happened? Now, I will bring up this before. Upset, sorry, I almost said Adam. Upset got married. I think it was before they played up against G2 Esports, and people called it a wife buff, actually. So I want to just make sure I put that out there because his wife is getting brought up, actually. The same thing that got brought up with Bwipo's girlfriend, too. But I don't really know the Bwipo situation, so I'm not going to comment on that. I'll probably look at his Twitlonger one of these days, and I'll talk about it on a Cloud9 podcast, actually. But there's several different things we have to bring up when we go over their Twitlongers. So I'm going to go over Adam's Twitlonger first because his was posted first, and then I'm going to obviously go over Upsets. He has it actually written in French if you happen to be French, actually, so you can read along with that if you choose to do so in your free time. So he says, "Hello everyone, it's finally done. I won't be playing for Fnatic next year. I am obviously very sad to come to this point because unfortunately it was not necessarily the thing I wanted the most. The rumors that it was me and me alone who wanted to leave are true. It was me and me alone who let Fnatic know my intention to leave the team. First of all, you have to know that my split at Fnatic was not the easiest, one from a sporting and extra sporting point of view. If I hadn't had Niski, Yamato, Pete, Fab, Chris, and especially my girlfriend, I don't think I could have become the player I am today. Well, right here, he's not mentioning Hylissang, Bwipo, or Upset. Now, he could just obviously had not been close to them, so there's not much really to go over that. But I think it's telling he's not mentioning those three players, though. But given how Hylissang carries himself, I'm pretty sure Hylissang did nothing wrong to him. Maybe, like, the vibe between Bwipo and Adam and Upset and Adam just wasn't there. You know, sometimes people just don't click with everyone. That happens, obviously. Overall, before talking about the team, I personally considered that I did an incredible split. In my own personal opinion, Adam was like the 6th best top laner. There was way better top laners than Adam, actually. Genax played better. White Knight played better. Herit definitely played better. You know, I'll just say that. But this is his Twitlongers, so we'll continue. And yet, the conditions were not necessarily the most optimal ones, sincerely. And by conditions, he probably means they have a role swap jungler for his first time playing competitively. Then this is also his first split playing in the LEC on one of the most known organizations in the LEC in Europe as a whole when it comes to esports. You know, you kind of factor in, if Fnatic is bringing up a player like this, you want to keep this guy long term. He's young. He's only 19 years old. They didn't just bring this guy up literally from the LEC 2021 summer split just to kick him now. That makes no sense. He had an insanely huge buyout. He got some of that money, but won't be getting all of it now, obviously. But you bring up a player like this, not to kick him after one split, though. Remember, he's leaving literally after one split. That's pretty fast, actually. With hindsight, I realized that joining such a lineup while being a rookie is probably one of the most double-edged choices. And unfortunately, everything ended up pretty well, since we still finished 2nd in the LEC, and I want to repeat, 2nd in the LEC for those who like to trash us on our performance at the Worlds, forgetting our performance during the whole split and playoffs. Well, this right here is something telling as well, because Fnatic during the playoffs had these weird situations where they were pause or some shit, and it would clearly throw off the other team. I'll say this though. Misfits could have actually beaten Fnatic if their fucking dog shit mid laner Vithio wasn't running it down, obviously. Against Team Vitality, they were most likely going to win that, though. I mean, most people had them favored. Against G2, I had G2 favored to beat Fnatic, actually, but, G2 also were imploding on themselves as well. But I think their performance overall was really good during the LEC 2021 Summer Split playoffs. We qualified for the Worlds. My first Worlds, I will have done at 19 years old. Very happy. Nevertheless, it doesn't change the fact that my experience at the Worlds will not have been the best thing that happened to me. Only on the sporting level, I mean. Upset announced that he had to leave for urgent family reasons 12 hours before our first match. So we had a meeting at 11 p.m. the night before, and our first match was at 11 a.m. I let you imagine the atmosphere of the team 12 hours before our official start of the Worlds, with only 2 scrim games with Bean that were finished in 10 minutes each. He's basically saying they got their asses just literally handed to them. That's basically what he's saying. He literally said they got absolutely clapped. God damn. Holy fuck. Between us, there is absolutely nothing legal in Upset's departure, and his departure is totally unjustified, at least until he says why he really left, because until today, Upset just left to join his girlfriend because she felt bad to be alone. And maybe I'm wrong, who knows? Good God. Okay, so no one will ever know why he left, right? I think Upset said the only people he told what really happened was Yamato and Hylissang. Now, from Yamato's point of view, he said it was legitimately serious. He said it's true. There was something that happened, though. Now, you gotta kind of factor in, because most people would say, well, Yamato would just lie for him because, they want to keep that player-coach confidentiality friendship thing going on. Look at it this way. Has Yamato ever really lied? Yamato doesn't seem like the person that would lie about that kind of thing, And people need to factor this in, too. If it's private, he can't share it, right? Yes, you can share it, but that would be wrong and that's not right morally. You know, if my friend told me something privately, I wouldn't tell you guys. There's stuff that has happened to me on the channel privately with other people that I don't tell you guys because you just don't need to know. It's none of your business, really. Now, the difference with me and you is you're a viewer. I'm a content creator, right? You don't need to know that stuff. That stuff is just like petty drama at the end of the day, right? But when it comes to this situation, it's different though. What I truly think the Fnatic management should have did, you know, I think they should have told Upset, hey man, we gotta tell these guys what's really going on, you know? I know it's private, but we gotta let them know. Now, I'll break down my point of view. Now, look at it this way. Adam has played with these guys ever since, when did the LEC 2021 Summer Split start? Somewhere like in fucking, yeah, it always starts in like June because it's 3 months and then you have September off. Yeah, it started in like June or something, right? So, you look at it this way. He has played with these guys, scrims, stage games, multiple grueling playoff games, including, they also made a run to the finals, actually. So that's an additional two best of fives right there, right? They also went to the lower bracket, so stress and nerves were always there of them not making Worlds this year. You know, like Fnatic were definitely not supposed to make Worlds this year, I guess by a lot of people's expectations, though. I thought they had a good roster for the LEC 2021 Spring Split. Going into summer, I was like, I don't know about this. And they still got relatively where I thought they would be in the regular season. They got 5th place. They literally finished in the same spot they finished in the LEC 2021 Spring Split. That's crazy, right? It's absolutely disgusting. But when you're looking at this point of view, Upset tells management, Yamato, and he said he told Hylissang, right? I have to leave, family emergency, right? Okay, fair enough. The Fnatic management has to tell the players. Do you want to know why? I know it's private. Just tell the players, do not say anything. Tell them that before you say it. Because you have to let Upset know this as well. Management has to let Upset know the same thing, just like Upset told them. If Upset said he had to leave because of a family emergency, then the management has to tell Upset, we gotta tell the players. The reason why you have to tell the players is because these guys, like Upset himself, have grinded their ass off all year to make Worlds. That's why you tell them. I know everyone's been saying like, oh, you don't have to tell the fucking player. Like, shh, that's so fucking stupid. Do you know why you tell them? Because they are the ones that got you 2 Worlds themselves. Are people fucking stupid? Like, I swear, we are living in a world full of just fucking moron, retarded people. You have to tell them. They're the ones who got you there. That's why they feel this way. If it's just Adam, I don't know, I'm just reading through his Twitlonger right here, right? You have to tell him he's the one who got you here. That's why you tell them. There you go. I know it's private. For whatever happened to Upset. I get it. I understand, right? But the management has to tell Upset, we have to tell them. I think if that had happened, things would be a lot better. Just tell the players, you cannot say anything. Or issues would happen, such as, well, I mean, issues wouldn't happen from a point of view of like they can do anything, right? Other than being like, they would let other org owners know that these guys don't keep private information that they can't speak about. And that would severely damage their reputation on getting teams in the future. You know, something along the nature of like, they just have them all sit down in a room and Upset just tells them. Now, I get why people don't do that, because if you tell people private things, then sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ass. But in this case, it's different though. All these players have grinded their ass off to get the Worlds for so long, right? And to not tell them the reason why he left, of course they're going to be mad, right? So, and then there are people going like, well, at my work, when I let my boss know 2 weeks in advance that I'm leaving, they can deal with it. This is not the same thing as your fucking Walmart piece of shit job you have, you stupid dumbass idiot. It's not the same thing. Why do people make examples that clearly aren't the same thing versus something that actually is the same thing? Blows my fucking mind, obviously. So you have to look at it this way. I think Upset telling Yamato or the coaching staff, whatever happened is fine. Like, if something really did happen, that's personally fine. But the management should have told Upset, you have to tell them, because they have to know, because these are your teammates, right? It doesn't matter about being friends or none of that bullshit, right? It doesn't matter if you're friends or none of that stupid things people have been saying on Twitter, right? What matters is that you tell them, because these are the guys that got you here. That's why the Fnatic management should have told Upset, you tell them. That's why they're here. Because Fnatic would not be there without these players, right? Let's be honest here. So that's why you tell them. So There's another scenario that I'll go over in Upset's Twitlonger that I'll cover in just a moment, obviously. But I'll continue this. I want to make sure I make that known here first, you know? Now, to be fair, it's not his girlfriend, it's actually his wife, because he got married a few months ago. Now, this is so fucking stupid. Why would Upset has been a player that came into the EULCS when Giants Gaming had that Vitality roster that would become the Vitality roster in 2018, actually. He was with Jizuke, remember Attila. Remember Attila, Jack Troll, Jizuke, all those players, right? Yeah, they were on Giants Gaming with Upset, and then they got into the LEC. Upset went to Schalke, they all went to fucking Team Vitality. Upset is trying to be going to Worlds since 2018, and he finally gets to Worlds, and he's just gonna leave because his fucking wife is feeling lonely. That is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, that can't be a reason. If that's a reason, oh, good fucking god, I'm gonna go outside and fucking off myself, because that'd be the dumbest thing in the fucking world. I just can't believe that. I'm sorry. He might be telling the truth. Who knows? Adam might be telling the truth. But I can't believe that shit, because that just makes no sense, you know? Anyway. Those were the last words he said to us before he left us one day before the Worlds. Of course, after the Worlds, I asked for details, but apparently he didn't tell anyone the exact reasons for his departure. There's nothing urgent because otherwise he would have told us. I mean, he's not obligated to. That's also a thing, that he's not obligated to do that. I mean, we're pointing out scenarios in situations that we think would have happened. He doesn't have to tell them anything. I just think it's better overall if he tells them, because it would let them know what's happening. That way they don't feel like they just got fucking cheated over after grinding their asses off all year, making it to Worlds, and then just getting, like, all their chances destroyed, you know? Let's be honest here. Even if they had Upset, they probably don't make it to the group anyway, but it's a lot more, you know, competitive. Now, maybe Upset fucking, I don't know, saw him lose a bunch of times in scrims and was like, fuck this, I'm out. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't do that, but I don't know. Shit happens. You'll never know about, right? Okay. And personally, I don't give a damn about the privacy reason. When I worked, we all worked hard for 1 year to reach the world. I have to agree with that. You know, the privacy reason you have to respect. You do. But that's the reason why I think the Fnatic management should have told Upset to tell them, because they put in their work, hard work, their asses off, scrims, stage games, playoffs, you name it. And to have their world chances just blown away by that is tough, right? Now, let's say if Upset did stay and he had a family emergency, he couldn't have played properly anyway, you know? It just goes both ways in a lot of these things. Knowing that even the management of Fnatic still doesn't know, you are going to tell me why I'm saying this. I'm not trying to create any drama. Well, too late for that, buddy. That ship is sailed. I'm just saying some things that I have in my heart since the end of the Worlds and that are still unanswered. Things that had to be said sooner or later. That is it for the little parentheses. Oh, I forgot, he's not... I was reading this and went like, it sounds like a damn poem, but then again, he is French, honestly. They love writing poems, though, the French. Me and my friend were talking about this, right before I started this video, right? And, okay, so, it's hard to say, because you know how a lot of people will always go like, you gotta tell people your problems and you'll feel better, right? But then when you tell people your problems, shit like this happens. Now, there's one thing with telling your problems to your fucking mom, dad, grandma, fucking twice removed cousin, your sister, your friends, you know? But then it's one thing to tell the internet. Now, factor this in. If he's someone where he can't talk to those people because they just genuinely won't understand, I understand why he would make this post. Because, like, if he wants to get it off his chest, this is the only way, and the people he potentially can talk to won't understand. I'm not saying what he's doing right now is right. What I'm saying is I understand it, though. That's all I'm saying. That's it for the little parentheses. Now that Upset is gone, we have to deal with it. Maybe we could have made it out of these groups if everyone had managed to keep their spirits up from the beginning of the competition. Not gonna happen with Niski and fucking, Bwipo just complete. No, Bwipo played He played one of the games fine. Like, literally, Niski and Bwipo literally ran it down. They played so bad, dude. Like, even if Upset did stay, Niski and Bwipo played so bad, it just really didn't fucking matter. But unfortunately, not everyone was really mentally prepared to handle this situation and deal with it, along with all the potential personal problems that can arise and create even more shit in your head when you're already in a bad shape. Believe it or not, but our worlds in general will not have been joyful from the beginning to the end. Far from it. It was hard, but we still managed to go until the end to stay together and to give everything we had in the second week. We will have finished our adventure without any regrets. Now we come to the post-Worlds moment. After Worlds, I tried to have explanations about Upset's departure, as said above, without answers. After that, I was seriously thinking about leaving Fnatic. Then came the Perks and Alphari rumors. When I learned that Fnatic was trying to replace me, I honestly felt like a betrayal. And that's when I definitely wanted to leave this team. But it's not over yet. Indeed, Perks had signed before Alphari, which left Alphari without a team. To my great surprise, Upset tried to recruit Alphari, behind my back of course. I learned later that after the Worlds, he was already trying to change the top side, including Niski. I also learned later that the bot lane in general didn't want to play with me anymore and was looking for a veteran type of top laner. Of course, afterwards, I went to see Upset to explain myself, and he let me understand that I was not up to his ambitions. Good fucking God. Good fucking God. Now, I don't think Adam was the worst top laner. I think at most he was a middle of the pack top laner. Like, people said he was the best top laner. I'm like, no, that's not true. But it's the same thing I said with Fudge at the beginning of this year for 2021, right? He's bad right now, but he can also improve. And Adam was Adam was actually pretty darn fucking good when he first started. He had all those pocket picks he was just mauling people on, right? But then he started slumping, kind of picked it up, and then he played better in the playoffs, right? I think with another split, you could have saw him grow into a good player. Like, they literally only gave him fucking one split, though. You know, you gotta give players more time than that. But in EU, it's been a common thing to just kind of like kick someone after a split now. Not even just 2 splits, a year. I mean, EU teams have been kicking people after a split alone. Fuck! You know? So, this is what I truly think happened. This is what I think he has been going through. This is just my personal opinion, okay? I think he's really mad about this. All this stuff I think he said right here is what he's mad about. I think the world thing can be kind of like forgotten about in his head because he's thinking like, you know, maybe something did happen. I'm just speculating here, guys. This is what I'm truly thinking. I'm thinking he's really mad because of this. He's probably really mad because of this. Now, this is not a betrayal. Like, orgs do this all the time. They try to contact players that they want to put on their roster, you know, in advance all the time. Whether it's esports, in traditional sports, it's different because you have like drafts and shit like that, but you guys get my point, right? That's not a betrayal. That's just the workforce, right? If they, at my job, if they want to replace me, they will. That's just how it goes. That's not a betrayal. It might feel like that, but that's just business. But he said right here, because I thought Team Vitality was getting Alphari. Alphari's without a team. Who the fuck they be going for? But whatever, that's for another video, right? So he said he talked to Upset, and Upset told him he was not up to his ambitions. And he learned that the bot lane in general didn't want to play with him anymore. Whoa. Similar situation with Sneaky. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Holy shit. I mean, God, like there's nothing I can really say about this, actually, because this is also after Worlds. I think he really did choose to leave Fnatic after he heard this, though, because, like, let's be honest here, right? Let's say he stays, and these issues are still there with the bot lane with him, right? They would have won anyway. They would have done shit next split, though. It goes to show you how much shit was going on behind the scenes with Fnatic, and they still made the LEC 2021 Summer Split Finals. Like, that's just fucking crazy. Even, like, trading out Niski. Niski was playing pretty well during the LEC 2021 Summer Split, though. I don't know why they wanted Niski change, but sure, right? But they said they were trying to change the top side. Probably Bwipo as well. Alright, obviously I have no problem with the situation because it just gave me the opportunity to do a short time in less than optimal conditions for me and allowed me to evolve a lot in a short time. I totally understand that players with big ambitions don't necessarily want to be patient and have to teach the game to newcomers. I left because I was treated like shit by the management and even the players of the team. God fucking damn it. Yet. Like, oh lord. But I consider that I played a very important role in the success of Fnatic during this summer. It's not for nothing that we managed to go from 5th place to 2nd place in the space of a split. But people tend to forget that, and when you're a rookie, you don't have shit to say when other people have like a thousand things you say in everything related to team building. Ugh, good God. So he basically said he was treated like shit. You also have, he didn't really personally he understood that pro players that have already been like veterans don't want to teach the game to newcomers, which I think is bad. Personally, if they are doing that, because that could hinder the growth of any region if you're doing that, personally. I have very good memories of my adventure at Fnatic as a whole. That's bullshit. That's just fucking bullshit. Don't you bullshit me. What the I'm not even gonna dignify that with any level of response. It just ended in a very unfortunate way. He enjoyed his Fnatic as a time as a whole. He was there for 3 months, got cucked at Worlds 2021, then realized they wanted to get a new top laner, and the bot lane didn't want to play with them. Get the fuck out of here. What the fucking bullshit is this dude writing? This is just bullshit. Like, I can feel for him on everything up here, okay? I get it, I understand. This, I am not buying. That is some bullshit. But I left because I could not support what was happening or what happened. Of course, a big thank you to everyone who followed me during this short adventure. Love you all, and I really mean it. Everyone who supported me, you are all amazing, and I've been reading all your messages even though I don't reply to all of them. Trust me. See you next season, I promise. Yeah, because he's going to be playing on Team BDS. So, to kind of cover just Adam's portion point of view, I mean, if he figured out that they don't want to play with them, it's best to just leave that situation anyway. And then, they didn't get Alfari because Fnatic now has, Wonder, right? So, they get a maybe a bit better top laner because, like, if Upson Hills, if the bot lane in general, if it's Upson Hills and that wanted Adam and Niski gone, they realized that Wonder played like crap during 2021, right? I'm not saying he'll always play like that, but that's the reality of the situation, though, you know? And he said he was treated like shit by the players, the management. Ooh, god damn. Yeah, it's better for him to leave. I just didn't know this kind of thing was going on in Fnatic. Wait, I did, because this has always happened, though. People just turn a blind eye to it. Well, some of it, obviously. Right? I mean, I'd ask you guys what you think about Adam's Twitlonger, right? It's always TSM and Fnatic that are in these kind of drama management situations, though. But he is a young guy, right? And, you know, he's venting his frustrations, and I understand it, though. I really do. Just it happens to be on the worst place on the internet, which is like fucking Twitter. Now I'm gonna read Upset's Twitlonger, actually. Privacy, assumptions, and my thoughts. There is a reason I do not want to share personal things, especially from the people closest to me that I love with the public. Me sharing information with people from the team that I cannot trust at a deep level who can turn against me and share my personal life with the people that want the worst for me and my family is something I never want to do. I shared the situation with Yamato, and I intended to do the same with Hillisang because these were the people I felt I had a genuine trusting relationship with that would not use my weakness and vulnerability to create a situation that could be even more hurtful in such difficult times. I don't want to have to expose anyone close to me to people saying terrible things about things that happen in the private life of my family because I know how fast people in this industry can spread such information. There will always be people online that will try anything to hurt you and the people around me, and it is my utmost priority to keep that from happening as much as I can. I believe everyone has a right to privacy. That is true. That is very, very true. And I could not tell people I don't fully trust. Also understandable what the situation is. Haley knew me well enough as a person and how much I care about competing that he did not even want to know anything, and I know people like Yamato and Haley are friends for life. Regarding people writing things about my wife has been by far the most sad and hurtful part for me and her in this. She would never ask me to leave Worlds, and she has been nothing but supportive. People attacking her based off assumptions when they do not have any insight are really the worst, and do not think for a second that there is a real human and that what you are doing is very hurtful and disgusting. Well, that's... God, yeah, people gotta realize, though, when you're saying all these things to people, these are real people that go through this shit, you know, but I understand he wants to keep things private, and you only really tell private things to people you trust. Those are understandable things. But this is teammates you had for quite some time. Adam is the shorter one out of the teammates he's had. Bwipo, Niski, they should probably know because they're the one who got this whole organization to Worlds this year. I think it's different for this because I think if they had known what was going on, they'd be more understanding of it. Remember that you have to kind of let people know some things even if you don't want to, you know, even if you're a very private person. I understood that not being open with the private life of me and my loved ones could lead to mistrust, and I would understand if people would not want to play with me, but purposefully assuming things with bad intentions is really the lowest of the lows, and I will restrain myself from talking about my experience working with Adam, but I am honestly shocked he would send this much hate and abuse toward the direction of my wife without knowing anything because of his personal frustrations. Good God. I mean, there's always two sides to every story, and everyone's gonna pretty much probably side with Adam. Like, it depends on the side of the spectrum you're on. I'll tell you this, the Adam versus Upset rivalry is gonna be pretty spicy going into the LEC 2022 spring split, actually, when he's gonna be on Team BDS. I shared with... Okay, did I say... Okay, sorry, I skipped the part. Saying the last thing, I told my team that my wife is just feeling bad, so I need to leave is an outright lie. That I can believe because that just sounds fucking stupid that anyone would fucking leave the world championship they've worked so many months to get to, so many years in his situation, just to leave for his wife feeling lonely. I just can't believe that. I mean, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe, obviously. I shared with the team the deep pain and sadness I was going through in this time. I shared that I wish I could tell them if it was about something that happened to me, but that I have to keep private traumatic events from my family private because it is difficult enough to deal with the hardships life brings. There is no need to have the most toxic environment of social media, and the people that hate you most target you with exactly these painful hardships. I have a right to privacy, and especially I have to protect the privacy of the people closest to me, even if that could mean that someone would not want to play with me or an organization would choose not to work with me. So he says he has a situation where he's not going to even devolve into with working with Adam. Man, I wonder what's going on with these Fnatic players. Holy shit. It's like these European rosters, like I mentioned before, just fucking implode on themselves. Like, what the fuck's going on with half these people in these LEC teams, man? Holy fucking shit. I work extremely hard, and people around me know how much I care about this, so assuming petty reasons, once again, from someone inside the team not talking to me directly about it, now acting like everything was okay when we talked, and saying something like this is just shocking and disappointing, to say the least. Imagine the terrible things that can happen to you or in the life of your loved ones. Would you like to read about it in Twitch chat or get messages on social media making fun of you with bad intentions? And I also express feeling sorry leaving the team in the event, especially with not being able to share. But how can I trust the people that I do not have a very close personal relationship with not to spread the information if I share everything that happened during this time? On a completely different note, okay, so we'll talk about this first, right? Oh, yeah. So, yes, like, to be fair, he doesn't have to share shit with them. He really doesn't. I've already explained how I personally feel about what he should have did, but that's just how I would have did things so. He felt like he had to do this way, which is fair, which is fine, you know? I think that you have to kind of realize bringing in a 19-year-old rookie was going to have issues. I think everyone knows that, though, right? And I think you have to kind of understand what that entails. On a completely different note, Alfari asked to speak with me after initiating talks with Fnatic due to our history as teammates and friends. Yeah, because they played on Origin together. You know? Makes sense. Alfari is a great top laner, which of course is a natural progression for any player looking to join any organization. Fnatic management take the decisions for what players to sign, and I was simply asked to give feedback on someone and to speak to them. To no one's shock, I wanted to be surrounded by players that I believe will make the best team. That's anyone wanting to compete, though. That's a fair thing, you know? If I want to compete at the highest level, I want to have the best players, you know? And if I don't think you're cut out for it, you can get the fuck out of here. Goodbye. I won't really say that, but it's be like, hey man, it's not working out. We gotta just part our ways, you know? Shake hands? I'm just kidding. You guys understand what I'm trying to say, right? Like, these are players that want to win world. They're not winning. Let's be honest. EU's not winning worlds. Let's be honest here. They're not winning worlds. But these are players that want to go to the World Championship and win a shitload of titles. And if you think it's not cut out, you know, for certain players on your team that can probably never give you that, then, you know, like, rosters got to change, man. Rosters would have always changed anyway. You know, I think a lot of people were losing their minds when, like, certain players were let go of teams during the 2021 offseason. Guys, rosters change all the time, though. You gotta stop getting attached to all these players, though. That's just my personal thing. I have been in your ass. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just fucking with you guys. Alright, so, to no one's shock, I wanted to be surrounded by players that I believe will make the best team. So he just doesn't think Adam is the best top laner. And he's right about that. He's not. But he's a rookie, and you gave him one split. Kind of a double-edged thing. I have been as transparent as I can be with my teammates in this postseason. I feel very emotional with all of this, and I understand his frustrations very well, but how should I trust people with the most personal things if I do not have a close relationship to them and the trust is not there? Just because we are teammates does not mean I can trust you with the life of my loved ones, if you have shown me zero reason to believe so. And with all of this, I think this point is very clear. I am sure there are a lot more things to add, but I just wanted to share with the hope that less people are using this situation to do hurtful things and understand my point of view, and how everyone has a right to privacy and should not be judged so harshly based on pure bad intentioned speculations, which he admits are just speculations. Remember, that is true. That is true. Also, him saying he does not give a shit about my privacy because he worked hard is another great reason why I would never want to share something which occurred. But you have to understand from both people's point of view, is what I'll say. His point of view is just as valid as Upset's. I mean, it literally is. And this is the last thing that I'll bring up for this. Is like, I wouldn't trust the League community as far as I can throw them. Like, people are so flip-flop-ish, right? Like, take the situation for what it is. Like, a player could trash talk, but if a player like Doublelift did it, it's okay. You know? Other players have spoken up about situations like this in the past, right? But if other players do it, they're getting trashed on, they're getting, you're airing out dirty laundry. But other players get certain type of, special privileges if they do it. That's why I wouldn't trust the League community. Some of these people are the most flip-flop-ish pieces of shit you'll probably ever meet in your life. I wouldn't trust anyone in general, but that's just how it works with the community. I'm not saying all people in the community are bad, but they definitely have their, what's that thing? Like, they definitely like to pick sides and pick and choose what they find acceptable and what they find not acceptable, even though they'll let one player do one thing, but if another player does it, they're just fucking crucified. Doublelift has shared a ton of shit publicly about a lot of things. Remember on that one stream, Double said Yellow Star sucked? If anyone else did that, you're a bad teammate, and you gotta uphold yourself in the public eye, and all sort of nonsensical fucking horse shit that people want to say. But if this other guy did it, why is it so bad if I did it, though? Someone will be like, because it's not classy. It's not him to do a classy. It's not him that's doing a classy thing either, but you're giving that a pass. People will just, like, give a pass to players that they like, but then just crucify players they don't like, right? I don't think it's a bad thing to air out dirty laundry, but he does say it's speculatory on the world stuff, right? But to be fair, to most of what he said about the off-season rumors, Adam's right. He didn't want to play with Adam anymore. That's true. This part is 100% true. This part is 100% true. What Adam's saying. This stuff is all, what the world's saying is all speculatory, right? So that's the last thing that I'll say about all this stuff. Like, I don't really care if it gets aired out publicly, because this is just, things that we know happen anyway. They just come to life, obviously, I'll say this. Adam versus Upset in the LEC 2022 Spring Split is gonna be fucking spicy, But when it comes to, like, the players as a whole, I think what I said at the beginning and the middle part of the video is the thing. Yes, it's private, but these guys should know. I'm not saying they have the right to know. I think they should know based off the circumstances they should be given beforehand, right? Because these are players that work their asses off just as much as Upset and deserve an explanation, though. And I get he wants to keep things private, but this is a different scenario. This is not a fucking work scenario where I give my boss my 2 weeks notice and then they can just find someone within 2 weeks. This is like literally 12 hours before their first game. Now, Upset doesn't have to play with Adam if he thinks he's not the best fit for Fnatic to win trophies. Let's be honest here. Upset has never won a trophy. He has not played a game at the World Championship. So we'll see how all this pans out. If you're a Fnatic fan, if you're a Adam fan, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I wanted to make sure I give both things their due diligence, right? I wanted to make sure I give, like, both Twitlongers their due diligence and explain, like, my point of view on the situation, though. I just want to make sure I say this too before I close the video out. You cannot give one player a pass, but if someone else does it, you crucify them because you don't like them as much. Like, I just use Doublelift as an example, though. There's been other players that have did the exact same thing, and people say, oh my god, you're airing out dirty laundry, though. But other people in the community give the other person a pass, saying, oh my god, this guy is speaking facts. This guy's just speaking facts. It's like, what the fuck? People are so fucking stupid, But that's just the life we live in. And if you air out your problems on Twitter, this is what you get. Now, if he truly feels he cannot actually tell anyone around him, that they'll probably not understand, if this is the best way for him to vent his frustrations, that's fine. And if Upset, if he doesn't want to tell them what really happened, the other players like Adam, Puipo, and Niski, he doesn't have to. It's his life. He can do whatever he wants, right? I just think the management should have told Upset he probably has to because of the situation they're going to be in when he lets them know what's going on. Now, if Upset wants to not play with Adam anymore, that's fine. That's personally fine, right? But if Adam also thinks he got treated like shit, he has the right to leave. I'd leave. Let's be honest here. But keep in mind this. Niski is not playing, right? Puipo left after playing on Fnatic for 4 years. So keep in mind, Fnatic has been having some recent occurrences that definitely are very telling. And Fnatic and TSM, I bring TSM because, we'll see, there's always the drama situation that happens too. They're always going through drama. So, yeah. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces about this thing, man. Peace. All right, guys. Deuces.